All right, just a quick instruction video over on the pneumatic decapping system, which is finally in stock. Uh, just a couple quick things. So it really is a simple setup. The things you're going to get in it is first you need the tool head. This is my tool head made by On Point Manufacturing. It's made specifically for the pneumatic decapping system because you've got 4 different threaded locations for these hex rods that go into the tool head. Inside the tool head, I put in threaded studs, so they're 1032 studs that are Loctited in here. So all you have to do is just thread these down on top of it. Also included, obviously, is the hex stock. You've got you're going to either get a die for pistol, which that die for pistol looks like this. So you've got a float that goes in here. So the main purpose of this float is to actually just protect the decapping stem from bending. And if you order it in 223 or 300 blackout, it'll come with a Dillon. It's actually a Dillon 223 seat die. Again, it'll work with 300 blackout as well. If you're doing it for 308, it would come with a 308 die, seating die, obviously. And then inside that, you've got your decapping stem. This is hardened A2. This is where your pin actually rides. This isn't actually actuating up and down with the pneumatic decapping system. Everything actually moves inside of this. And so I'll go over that in just a little bit later. And then you've obviously got the air cylinder. Right here in the video, I have the reed sensor. A lot of you guys, I just wanted to make sure that you understood you weren't getting this on this iteration. Hopefully soon we'll have this figured out to where it ties in with your press. All this is if the air cylinder isn't able to make full contact all the way down, then it's going to turn, well, in my case, it rejects it automatically. In your case, it would turn it off. So that's going to be your bird ends and small flash holes. However, there's lots of options to put in Station 2, whether that's the VP reamer, the Swage Sense from Mark 7, or the the new one from Dillon, the Primer Pocket Probe, or the old AmmoBot one. So it's not really needed for what we're doing. I like to use this, and then I use the VP reamer as the backup. That way I've kind of got a redundancy check on making sure that primer pocket is clear. And so I just know you're not going to be getting this wire on this iteration. But make sure you have something in your Station 2 that's going to catch those primer pockets. Otherwise, you're going to be dealing with a mess because you're going to be rejecting out now all of your small flash holes and all of your, or you're going to be getting stoppages in all your small flash holes and your bird end cases. And so we're not just punching through those anymore. Also included is the actuator right here. This is going to be the actual device that is actually getting actuated, that is telling your air cylinder to go up or down, whichever direction. I do recommend you get the Holy Moly. If you don't have the Holy Moly, you're not going to be able to put the actuator mount on it. So this is a separate purchase as well on the website. So make sure you purchase that with your pneumatic decapping system. If you don't have this and don't want to run the Holy Moly, then you'll have to build some kind of contraption to make sure that your tool head is actuating your actuator. Otherwise, let's see what else. So just real quick, if you do break a decapping pin, which again, so my last pin, so I just replaced a pin on that last lot of 9 millimeter. I got like 80 something thousand into that lot, which makes it like 600 and something thousand cases on a single pin, which is pretty incredible, especially since I was running this machine at 54, so 5380 or 5340 rounds per hour, just on that last run. So just a little bragging, I guess. But when you do break a pin, because one day you will, and you might a couple times when you're starting off getting everything set up the way you want it. It's a very simple deal. So you've got 8 bolts up here. 4 of them are black, 4 of them are silver. If you need to take the air cylinder apart for whatever reason, you're going to take the silver ones apart. You're pretty much never going to take those ones off. So always just work the black ones. That's going to separate it off from this hex rod. And then this assembly will just pop right out, okay? And then on that, you've got a longer 1/2 inch hex. Then you've got a short 1/2 inch hex. And then you've got your actual pin. And then you've also got a dowel pin that's 1 inch long or 1 inch long inside there as well, so don't forget about that. And then you just put it back on and put your 4 bolts down onto your hex. Putting that together, the way it looks is you'll just simply have this guy here. You'll pop your pin in through. You've got your dowel pin that's going to act as a backer. And then you've got this that'll thread onto the top of that. And then you'll just take your 1/2 inch, your 2 1/2 inch wrenches, tighten those down. And then this part will basically always be threaded into your air cylinder, and you're never going to move it. And so that's just what the assembly looks like on that. And so, and then real quick, just going over the pin. The pin looks like a Camdex pin. It's not. Make sure you don't order Camdex pins. If you're ordering from like Royal Pins or whatever one of the other ones are, so those are 0.061 diameter. The ones I use are 0.066. You can run the 0.061, but you're going to break pins more often, no doubt about it. And so just order the pins from me unless you're in a dire situation and for some reason I'm out of stock. And so in addition, Camdex ones are 2.5 inches long. Mine are 3 inches long. Again, that's to account for the actual actuation being able to suck that pin back up. So start off running your pressure right around 70 psi. Depending on your airline, how long your airline and how the diameter of your airline, that's going to determine where you'll actually end up on your pressure. But try to run it with the minimum amount of pressure required to get the job done. So, and then in addition, you've also got these air hoses, right? So for those of you who don't know, these are push connect fittings. All you do is push those in. And to take them out, all you'll need to do is just pull this back and then pull the tube out. And so you'll push that in, and then the top part of the air cylinder is going to go to the back side of the actuator. So this will just pop right in here, the back side of the actuator, and then this one to the front. And then out the bottom of it, that's your inlet. So that's going to be the part that actually runs to your regulator. Make sure you run a regulator. Don't just run it off of your compressor that has very volatile. It's going to be very volatile on where its actual pressure is at. And so unless you're running a regulator right off the compressor, but that's stupid. Just put one on the machine. And so it can run off of anything. It'll have a 1/4 inch threaded, 1/4 inch MPT threaded stud that'll go into whatever, just into a common regulator that you get off of Home Depot or Harbor Freight or something like that. And so outside of that, that's pretty much it. It is kind of a simple thing. So let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.